Yeah, sorry about that kind of cough. So right off the bat, they started handing out bottles of vodka, some orange juice, and cranberry juice, so you can make a screwdriver or a cran and vodka and all this stuff. And you know, I start getting into that mode again. Like, yo, I could be anybody. I could be that dope ass guy. I could be, I could be badass. I'm like, I'm gonna go dance. So I head down to the dance floor, and while I'm down there, a couple of guys try to talk to me in Spanish. After some admittedly ridiculous talking, I tell them, like, yo, I don't speak any Spanish. I'm so sorry. The guy goes, oh, yeah, no problem, man, and leaves. And I'm like, dude, why don't you just ask me what you were trying to ask me in English? And then I kind of realized afterwards, like, that's probably the few sentences of English he may know, or he was just fucking with me to see if I spoke Spanish. I don't know, whichever. So go on, and I'm on the dance floor and dancing a little bit, and I realize I see this girl dancing with a balloon, a huge balloon. And I guess on the dance floor they've already released a few balloons, and they were massive. So she's dancing with this one, and you could tell, admittedly, she is drunk. She is quite drunk. So the guys that are there, and it honestly looks like she's kind of my age, and there's her and her friends. They're all close to my age, and there's some guys, and they're all close to my age, and I'm like, what are you doing here? Like, had to ask. And they let me know that their school took them to Cancun. I don't know what school takes you to Cancun, but yo, congrats, man. That's dope. Like, that's a school I want to go to. But anyway, they take us. They explain how they took them to Cancun for an experience, all this stuff. They're partying, and she's dancing with this balloon, and all her friends are looking at her like, "What the fuck?" And then these guys are fucking around trying to pop the balloon. Finally, one guy does it. In her face. I'm a nice guy. Like I said, I was raised by my mom. So what I went and did was find another balloon, come up to her, and go, excuse me, I noticed your balloon popped. I found you another one. Here. Except this is a club, music's banging. So, hey, I found another balloon. Here. And she was crying from the fact that the dudes blew up the balloon in her face. Crying, ugly crying. So when I gave her the new balloon, she looked so happy. And I was like, oh, that's adorable. And her friends swooped in as if I was some fucking weirdo trying to give her a balloon. And they fucking pull her away from me. Although, admittedly, I'm not that fucking close to her. I don't know her. I ain't trying to flirt. I just noticed some asshole popped your balloon and I'm trying to give you a new one. So she takes the balloon and she's saying, thank you. And her friends are dragging her drunk ass away from me. And I'm like, the hell? So I'm like, okay, whatever. I go back to dancing, enjoying myself. And finally I got tired and I decided to go back upstairs. When I head back upstairs, the VIP guys are now handing out this blue stuff. This neon blue drink that kind of looks like Hypnotic, but it isn't. And after my mom drinks that, we realize that it is drugged and we get the fuck out of there. We catch a cab and we come back to the resort. And we're like, what the fuck is going on? So after we get onto the resort, we notice there's some guys there. So I set my mom down to bed and I decide, like, I can't sleep. I'm still all buzzed up from the party. Like, in a big way, I'm very, like, if I'm in a room full of people that are all good to party, like good to go, I immediately start sucking that in. Like, I said, oh, okay, now I'm ready. Like, whew. I'm instantly very quick to be like, now I'm good to party. Like, yeah, let's do this. But now it was like, fuck, I can't sleep because now I'm so hyped. So I go walking around and I sit down at one of the at the tables in the area next to the pool on the resort. And I meet these guys. I meet Dave, and Dave. So Dave and Dave are actually brothers-in-law, and then the other Dave is the one brother-in-law cousin. And they tell me that in the UK there's a lot of Daves. Well, a lot of Davids, and they were Davids, but they call each other Dave. So I'm like, fuck, you guys are the three Daves. I'm like, you can start a boy band like this. They're all laughing, and two of the guys are actually from, I think it was London or Manchester. And then the other guy, the guy's cousin, is actually Irish. And he was from Dublin, just visiting. And they were talking about the IRA. And I learned some stuff that I'd never would have thought I'd learn. And I'm 18, and I'm listening to these guys talk, and they're talking about some of the British military stuff. And they start talking about the IRA, and I'm like, whoa, this is a history lesson in itself that I honestly never would have imagined I'd learn. So I'm just listening, and then they turn to me and they go, well, we're so sorry, but we forgot to ask, where in the States are you from? Oh, whoa. Excuse me, three Daves. I am not American. I'm sorry, but I am not. And at the exact moment, three guys, woo! And I turn to one of them, because they're really close by, and I go, hey, where are you guys from? And the one guy's like, I'm from Alabama. The other guy's like, I'm from New York. And the third guy says, I'm also from New York. And I'm like, they're the Americans. Do I sound American to you guys? Like, would you say I sound the same as you? And they're like, no, you're from Canada, right? I'm like, yes, there we go. They know. And they're like, so the 3 days, like, we're sorry, we apologize. I'm like, no, it's okay. You guys must have not met many Canadians from Toronto. And they're like, no, I can't say we have. And I'm like, okay, well, it's all right. Don't worry about it. I guess there's a lot of American influence in Ontario. So I must sound a little American. That, and I watch a lot of American television. So I would definitely say that sometimes I pick up American cadences. That happens. I love the U.S. Well, I love parts of the U.S. I can't say I love everything about the U.S., but I do love a lot of American shit. So, love being Canadian, though. I am not in any way, I just realized, I'm like, I love everything and everyone, and I hate everything and everyone just as equally as I hate everything else. So, love and hate, love y'all. So, I make this joke and they're all laughing and all this stuff, and I'm really just like, whew, this is tiring. Like, you guys are putting a load on me that I wouldn't imagine. Now, I also have family from Wales, and one of the Daves introduces me to, I can't remember her name. Damn, I don't know why I can't remember her name. Oh, hold on. Have to go.